Hey, welcome back to Screen Time, the show where we go beyond whether a TV or streaming show was good or bad and explore why it worked and why it didn't, and what it was actually trying to say. Jared, podcasting alters you. Are you yourself not altered?
After this podcast, maybe.
So I'm Josh, and this is my co-host, Jared.
I have no fear of insignificance, Josh. Also, I did have one about podcasting too, so I should mention that one. Yeah. Josh, why limit yourself with tedious podcasts?
All right, today we are discussing House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 2. There's Episode 7.
Yeah.
We will also talk about what else we've been watching.
Yep.
But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Screen Time on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And now let's get into it.
Do it now.
Do it now. Do it now.
Is that Arnold? Do it now.
No, it
was Arnold also.
What is it from? It's something. It's
do it now.
It's from The Matrix. And
which part of The Matrix?
Yeah, it's I think when they go in and shoot up the whole lobby, it's
yeah. The cop, random cop says it. Yeah,
it's because I've heard it so many times. I've rewatched that scene so many times,
and he's like, it's the one line he gets, and he's like trying so hard.
The actor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, do it now. Yeah.
All right, but besides The Matrix,
yep, we have not been watching that.
I haven't been watching that, but
it's about time. About time for a rewatch.
Maybe that we should. How many movies?
Wachowskis?
Yeah,
not many.
Maybe they would fit in September.
They're on the list though.
Well, I know, but maybe they'd fit in September.
Yeah, maybe.
So look. Anyway, what have you been watching, Jared?
I have 2 shows to talk about.
Okay. I have 3 things, but you can go ahead.
All right.
Give us start us off.
Okay.
So we might have some overlap anyway.
Yes, we probably do with my other one. I'm going to start with one you definitely didn't watch.
Oh, come on.
You should though, actually. This is Children of Dune. So this is a mini series that is sadly you can't. This is annoying because I'll start with this. You can't find this anywhere, but you can find it on YouTube, which I'm glad someone put it up on YouTube. There's a miniseries in the early 2000s. There was also a Dune miniseries before this. They both aired on the Sci-Fi Channel in early 2000s. And the Dune miniseries I watched a while back, it's really bad. Mm-hmm. But Children of Dune is actually pretty good, actually. And some parts were really great, actually. Main thing is you have to just ignore the really bad visuals at times because the budget probably wasn't that great and it's early 2000s and it was just a mini series, it wasn't a movie, so, but this covers, I also mentioned I did just reread Dune Messiah and I'm about to start Children of Dune, which is the next book. This mini series is called Children of Dune, but it covers Dune Messiah and Children of Dune.
Okay.
So, which I don't know why they named it anyway, but so if people are curious and want to watch this or read the books before Dune Part 3, I would suggest this. So the description, it's not really great because it doesn't really explain it that well, but the twins of Paul Muad'Dib Atreides become embroiled in the political landscape of Arrakis and the rest of the universe. That's kind of more Children of Dune, what happens. Messiah is just about a conspiracy, essentially. But yeah, there's actually a lot of really cool. It's pretty faithful too, which is awesome. So it's done really well. And I also noticed the director of all 3 of these episodes is Greg Yaitanes, which he's done so much. I'm sure you've seen that name. Yeah. Even on Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Okay. I think Your Friends and Neighbors. He does so much TV.
TV directing.
Yes. So he did all this. And what's cool is it's 3 episodes and they're all an hour and a half long. So it's a, kind of movie length. But first episode is all Messiah because Messiah is a pretty small book. But I would suggest watching it all because I think Dune Part 3 is going to, I think it's going to go past Messiah. I think it almost has to just because of the amount that's in Messiah is, I don't think, enough to end a trilogy that Villeneuve wants to do. But yeah, so the only place to watch this is on YouTube. Sadly, I don't know why they don't put it up streaming. I guess it's a rights thing, probably, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's all on YouTube. So
Interesting, because sci-fi stuff was all NBC, right? Like NBC.
I don't know. Is that what it was?
I think the parent company, which I guess is Universal right now.
Yeah.
NBC Universal. Like I think they had I think Sci-Fi Channel was
Okay.
in that world. Same with like the USA Network. I think was also.
Oh yeah.
Because
So it should be up on there then.
You wouldn't be. Yeah, so I'd be surprised it wasn't on Peacock.
Yeah,
But it
it's
must
not
be some-
anywhere right now.
Because like that's where like you find all the USA Network stuff too, right?
Right.
Like on Peacock.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth checking out. Again, like everything else about it is pretty great, actually. There's a couple like bad performance in certain parts, but I mean it's early 2000s, and again, but worth doing if you don't like reading, which I don't like reading a lot of times these books, but I have to with Frank Herbert with this. But yeah, it was cool to read the book and watch this too. So
Cool.
yeah, so it's on YouTube if you want to check it out.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you watching?
Oh, what am I watching? Well, I'll cover my two things and then we'll let you do your last, which is
Yeah, it's probably the
overlap.
one we watched.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I watched Ride or Die on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
I know you watched this last week,
I did.
and I hadn't gotten around to checking it out. But this I ended up between last week and this week. I ended up watching like all 8 episodes.
Nice. Okay.
So this is on Amazon. This is stars Octavia Spencer and Hannah Waddingham.
Yep.
Also has Bill Nye in it.
Bill Nighy. Yeah.
Nighy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Not the science guy.
Nope.
Nighy.
No.
But anyway, this the premise is Debbie discovers that her friend of 20 years, Judith, is secretly an assassin. After a hit goes wrong, they go on the run while being targeted by a mysterious enemy, forcing them to confront the secrets between them. So how far did you watch on this?
I think I almost got halfway. I think
Okay.
I was on episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was really curious what you think of it because I feel like you would like this show, and I think I said that to you when
You
I
did. You
talked
said,
about it. So
you
yeah,
said, and I had planned on checking it out, just didn't
Okay.
get around to it last week. I think in general I enjoyed this. I think the part, I think Octavia Spencer is like the weak link here. Miss,
I agree.
because not so much their acting.
because she's great in other stuff.
Yeah, they later as the things progress, not in the first like episode or so, but she has to do a lot of like, kind of action stuff too.
Yeah.
And that stuff's not believable.
No.
And it doesn't. The Hannah Waddingham is
She
like
crushes
she's
it, though.
amazing, and
Yeah.
the fight scenes and stuff she's doing.
Yeah.
So I think that I love the, kind of reminds me of what is it that other those movies that were.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a Bond influence, but then I felt
Yeah.
True Lies because it has like the comedy as well. Remember, and we talked about
Yeah.
that because we covered James Cameron.
Yep. I think I just like the building this like assassins world, but it kind of
John Wick?
Not there was like there was not. I mean, I guess it is a little bit like John Wick, but it reminded me more of like because there's other
Assassins thing.
yeah there was like where I don't think they were assassins, but they were like a secret another like that was not owned by one government.
Okay.
Anyway, but like because with the cobbler and their like thing and
Citadel.
yeah, no, that was a TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about a movie. Okay.
These were movies.
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It just I do like that world when they can do that, and it's kind of like this underground, like this secret. Like I love that stuff with like the secret rooms behind the rooms and like all that stuff, and so I think this was fun. I think it could have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think
it's not
Octavia
that
Spencer
great
like
of a-
it could have been like if you got a different person in that role.
I
I
agree.
think it could have elevated this too, because like some of the other stuff's great and like the sequences. I think the guy playing her husband was but there was a moment, and I this is where I kind of they set her up to be this super intelligent person.
Which one? Oh,
and that she's like even the one that orchestrating everything for her husband's success.
Right.
And yet and now I'm trying to remember, there's something, but then there was something really dumb she does that's like right in the beginning. And I was like, if she was as smart as they're saying she was, she would have never done that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And those kind of things are where it's like, it's, but it was still overall fun to watch. And I would,
I like the quote unquote bad guy too from Game of Thrones, and he was the villain in Deadpool, the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's good also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I think, like I said, I think all the rest of the cast is great. Like Bill Nighy as like in charge of the.
Yeah, he's like the higher up.
Yeah. So, but then she plays such a crucial role because it's like the two leads, and I feel like she's kind of miscast. So,
yeah, I agree.
But yeah, but speaking of of John Wick,
okay.
Another thing I watched, the new Scary Movie.
Oh, I haven't watched this yet.
This is on VOD.
Yeah. I saw there's a extended cut.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I saw there was something about that, or the unrated, like they're bringing that back. The unrated thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you add like 30 seconds that was not viewed by the MPA, you can say it's unrated.
Yeah.
Like, which was always the gimmick back in the day.
But it's like you don't really need to do that now with streaming stuff. But anyway, it's the early 2000s.
They're trying to nostalgia everything. Yeah, they're trying to lean into nostalgia, which I think with them it's appropriate because they're like basically parodying everything anyway.
Yeah.
But the premise here is two friends find themselves caught up in mayhem involving killers, monsters, and supernatural creatures once again.
Because it's just Scary Movie.
It's just called Scary Movie.
Yeah.
But this is like...
just like the original.
Yep.
But it's just Scary Movie 2026, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, it's basically almost trying to make fun of all these things, trying to do reboots of everything, right?
Right. Okay, that's why. Yeah.
And so this obviously, or I shouldn't say obvious, but like it stars Marlon Wayans and Sean Wayans, who were in...
Yeah, they got all of them back.
They did originally...
even the two girls too, right?
Yeah, Anna Faris is in this, and and I guess the Wayans did this film, which I guess somewhere they only did like the first three, and then 4, 5, and 6 or something. However many there are.
Jeez, so,
I don't know. There was there for a while. There was other people were making them, and now the Wayans brothers are back doing it.
Yeah.
But there's a John Wick parody scene in this. That's why like maybe it's
right, because the original they did a Matrix.
Yes.
Like she floats up and does the...
Yep.
Yeah. I do remember that in the original. So, okay.
I would say most of this film is hot garbage.
Yeah.
It's like not even just like dumb. But there are this funny moments. And it's like, I mean, that's what these are, is just a ton of like parodied scenes that they figure out a way to stitch them together loosely.
I mean, there's so much horror now that they can mine from. They probably... I'm
kind of surprised they didn't do a better job. That's where I was disappointed in this. Like there are a handful of moments where you're like, oh, that's fun, or that's a clever way to do that, to like poke fun at that. But I would say a lot of the times it felt like misses to me. And, maybe I'm not as familiar with enough horror films because I don't watch them all. Yeah. I'm not like a horror fanatic or whatever. I do like, a good horror movie here and there, but it's not like I watch them all. So maybe I missed some of the things that they were nodding to. But I think most of them I was familiar with. And then of course, watching it, I think the most obvious thing that's lacking is like we're literally watching it after Obsession and Backrooms came out,
right?
And we're so huge, And then even though this film was made before that, and it came out, I think it came out after Obsession, but before Backrooms, like in the theater. It was like
they can't throw those in there.
I know, and it's a missed opportunity. It's not their fault they missed it, but it's like feels so glaringly missing when you're watching it now at the end of the summer. So, but if you're obviously a fan of the other ones, you got to watch it, and that's kind of why I watched it. The early ones, I really really liked these parody movies because then I remember when they did the what's the other one of like the parody of like the romance like teen movie, not another teen movie. Yeah. It's like the first one of those was like good. But
do they? Well, I know you haven't watched Terrifier, but that's one of my favorite of like modern horror stuff. Do you know if that guy's in it, Art the Clown?
I
feel like he has to be.
I don't remember seeing a clown in it at all, but maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
well, he's called Art the Clown. He kind of looks more like I don't really know how to describe him. He's he's very unique. I mean, that's why those films are huge now. But I imagine
they definitely played into the Smile thing a lot.
Yeah, I imagine Smile's in it, and probably Megan.
They had her in there once,
okay.
and then, but I think she was in the trailer.
Oh yeah, she was.
And then and there's definitely a couple of moments where they poke fun at like, I don't know, almost like the wokeness of things.
Oh too, yeah, I figured they'd do that. Yeah,
which was funny, but I mean, again, if you watch any of that stuff, it's probably worth your screen time.
But there's only a few.
But like, I think
good moments.
If you've not watched them before, and I wouldn't say this is something as a new viewer you'd want to watch.
Yeah.
Like if you're
okay,
as a nostalgia, like if you're in our age range and you watch the old ones, it's probably fun to watch. I mean, but
yeah, I'll still check it out.
Anyway, and then the final thing that we probably both watched, Lioness.
Yes.
Right. So I don't know if you have this written down, but I have it, so I can read. So Lioness season 3, episode 1, came out this past week, and this is on Paramount Plus. And CIA operative Joe McNamara and her team attempt to balance their personal and professional lives as the tip of the spear in the agency's war on terror.
I didn't know that was her last name. McNamara?
Yeah.
Is it McNamara? Okay.
So this stars Zoe Saldana.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman are also in this.
Crazy cast.
And then and then of course some other people that you kind of recognize, but wouldn't probably know them by name.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about this first episode of season 3?
Well, I was really waiting for this to come back. I love this show.
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree. Yeah.
I think this is the best of his shows, Taylor Sheridan. And man, this opening episode was really sick. Like just that big sequence that like a lot of the episode is based on, and like what happens in it, which I won't spoil, but man, it's just like, this was such a great opening episode. And I also just want to mention again, because it's kind of crazy as a premise of a show, like it is literally like Sicario as a TV show. And like the production value is pretty crazy on it at times. And it's not quite Sicario, but obviously Taylor Sheridan wrote Sicario, that film. And it's just like, I love that we have a Sicario TV show.
Yeah, it basically is without having to call it Sicario.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
No, I thought this first episode was fantastic.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
But also, I wanted to point out that they did do the thing you hate.
Yep, they did.
But I think it works in this. I think it's okay because they didn't do it for the sake of like opening with action.
For context.
Okay, the thing he hates is when, which I don't.
You don't hate this as much.
I don't. No, I don't disagree with you.
All right.
When when it's obvious they take
first scene.
And I'm going to the opening scene to a show. And a lot of times it's even like the first episode of first season, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, very first.
They take an action scene that was most likely in the script later in the show, and they put it in the beginning so that they open with an action scene.
Get your attention.
So get your attention. And then like say 6 months earlier or 2 years earlier or whatever. Now, I will argue it works here because one, they didn't do it to have a big action scene.
Right.
Because it's actually not that big of action. It is a little bit, but a little. And then two, like, the rest of the show, the rest of this episode has way more action in it than that opening part. It's more to tee things up, to add some,
the structure is
more of a storytelling thing,
for
intentional than it was about getting you hooked on an action scene in the beginning.
Yes. And
so I think it works here.
It didn't bother me because after watching the whole episode, I was like, okay, this is crazy. Yeah. And I'm happy that, which I believe she came back at the end of the second season. Our girl from the first season, the Lioness, she's back. The other girl is too, actually, isn't she? Or both of them?
I thought that for a second. So the Lioness from season 1, she came back halfway through season 2
Yes.
to help the support.
Yep.
And then she's definitely there. But then in like the
other girl was there though.
and one of the like one of the
but she's not in the main.
But she didn't go on the mission.
Yeah.
So she was like there. I thought too, because I was like, I think it's both of them.
Yeah.
And then later it was like the mission, and she wasn't there, and I was like, well, maybe she was, maybe I saw that.
I mean, we could see her in the season as it goes. I don't know, but yeah, it is cool that we still get like our main kind of recruited lioness from season 1 and season 2. And what was the other thing I was mentioning? Oh, it's just Zoe Saldana. This is like, she's just so good in this role. Like,
yes,
one of her best, I think. It's just, yeah.
And
I love what they're setting up too with this.
Yeah.
With her.
Yeah.
This, besides just like a crazy action set piece in this opener, it's just like, I really like what they're setting up.
This opener, I mean, that could have been a whole film.
Yeah.
You know, like a little bit of like structure around like why they had to go in and get this guy. And it could have been a movie in itself, like just that plot.
Yeah, that's why this one especially, because not obviously they can't do this every episode, just especially for budget wise, but like, yeah, this one felt way more Sicario, like a Sicario film. Yeah. It's anyone that hasn't watched the show, I mean, it was great from the beginning. Season 1 was great. Season 2 is great, and I want to say there's at least one in every season, like insane, like set piece. Sometimes there's more than one though, which is like awesome that they do that. But there's at least one I remember from season 1 and season 2, and like to open this one that way, it's like if they do another one, that's crazy. Which like would be awesome if they do, but like if they don't, that's okay because of just I can't imagine the budget for this opening, but. Yeah, not a spoiler, but just like really cool visually, just like what they're using drone warfare for. It's just like a crazy visual and just like really cool in this opener. But yeah, anyone that hasn't watched this, check this out. Yeah, this is and don't think about like, if you're like Taylor Sheridan, I don't know, you know, Yellowstone and all that, and then all of his other stuff he's done, like, this is way better than any of his other shows, in my opinion.
I say careful. There's people that really love Yellowstone.
No, I know, but I'm just saying
come at you.
That's fine. They can. But I'm saying if those kind of things like turn you off. I think
the better way to say is if you're not a fan of that stuff, don't let that deter you from checking this out.
Because I'm not a Yellowstone fan.
Yeah. So this is season 3 of Lioness on Paramount Plus. So watch season 1 and 2 too if you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And this definitely deserves your screen time.
Yes, for sure. I think they might be ending the show. I saw something about it.
Season 3 might be the end.
Season 3 might be the end. If not, there's only going to be one more after this. But yeah, because he's moving all of his stuff to somewhere else.
To Texas.
I saw something about that.
Oh,
no, a whole new. He got a whole new deal with
different production,
not Paramount. Yeah, I don't remember who, but
gotcha.
So I think he's doing new shows, but I think he has to end some of his previous stuff. I want to say, but I don't know.
Hopefully, Landman still has another season.
I think it does. Yeah, that one's like right on line, man. That's like sometimes like really trash.
Yeah,
but then it's still entertaining.
It's good trash.
Yep, it's like the morning show. Prestige trash.
Yep, prestige trash.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's get into House of the Dragon, season 3, episode 7, The Dragon in Winter. This is the penultimate episode. Kind of does still a lot of character development, but then we start to get some movement of pieces on the board. What'd you think of this episode?
Well, I went first with Lioness. You go ahead with this one. What'd you think?
I like this episode.
Yeah,
I think it was pretty good. I think we're starting to reveal some things that kind of speculative beforehand. So I think but also the still don't believe that Corlys got
No.
Captured. Like I feel like that's a little.
Well, I think maybe I like this episode more than you. I thought it was. A couple very specific scenes like I thought were really great. And yeah, I still think, I mean, last week I said like I think these last two are going to be pretty great. And yeah, I thought this one was, but hopefully the finale will be. I think they have to after
Another battle. Yeah.
you know, with what like how people felt about the last. Oh, obviously that's the reason why they started the beginning of this season in a very specific way, but I think they have to nail the finale too. So we'll see.
All right, so we open with Rhaenyra pressuring Helena.
Yep.
For a prophecy.
Yeah. We can get into like her visions later because that was a very big deal, but this one with her here, I wanted to mention. I don't like how condescending Rhaenyra is when she's asking her about these dreams, like, and she's getting like worse and worse to me.
Yeah,
like just in general. I mean, that's the point, but like personally to me, like really starting to hate her.
Yeah. No, I think oddly now later in this episode we do finally see a moment of like where she has some humanity, but
yeah,
she's been getting more and more.
She's Rhaenyra the Cruel. I think she's going to live up to that, or continue to live up to that name.
And I think this is it's like do you not get the fact that you know how you talk to people makes a difference in how then they treat you back. But
I mean, we know this plenty from everything that we've seen in Westeros. The throne, it'll change you. It'll change you a lot.
The dragons, no matter how the dragons strong change you.
Well, that too, yeah. No matter how strong you are, yes, they do.
Yeah, but
we're not the same as we were 3 years ago.
That's true. For better or worse.
For better or worse, yeah. You decide.
You decide, yeah. Yeah, so I agree with you. Like, she was definitely rough with her in this scene. But like, what'd you think of some of the visuals you were saying about her visuals in her dream? Like, what'd you think of some of
I mean, you want to go there? I mean, that's just like at the end, more so what we see with her visions.
Does she have visions again at the end?
Yeah. It's more towards the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the very end, but
I might not remember. Maybe I'm just mixing them together and thinking they're all.
I mean, it's pretty short. Unless, I mean, did you not see it, or maybe you didn't know the? Well, one of them was more ambiguous, I guess, with her on the dragon, which is still like really awesome visual, and it's still like it's interesting. Like,
that was
what's
later.
The context of that? Is very intriguing to me.
Yeah.
But the other one is the big one where she sees snow and essentially is like, this is the impending White Walkers.
Yeah.
Is the big deal.
Yeah. Winters is coming. Winter
is coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason I was thinking those all happen in the beginning, but I get now you're saying it's later on that some of that you see.
It doesn't end the episode, but it's closer to the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, so this was just you, what do you think of that? Like in general, these visions.
I mean, obviously the one, I mean, I think it's cool to introduce. I think it's a cool way to, because they can be, you know, both true and not true. Right. And so it's a way to kind of, I think, that's built into this world that, because this is a thing that exists in this world, right? This thing that Targaryens sometimes possess.
Well, it's also the dream that they remind you of that, first season, last season as well. It's been brought up a little bit in this season as well, but like, would they call it? It's Aegon's dream, or the you know, the Song of Ice and Fire, you know, this whole thing that's based on, like that's obviously, I believe that was like the very first episode of the show. The father talks about that. I always blank on his name.
Some
but
point
anyway.
some point he talks about to Rhaenyra, right? He
To Rhaenyra, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does bring that up when she's a child, like her
Yes.
teen, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's in that first half of the season 1.
Right, because he's holding the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize, I'm blanking on it because it's a very infamous dagger.
Yeah.
It's the one obviously Arya then ends up using, but
yeah, and I like this thought of like that she kind of brings this idea of, which I used it for my quote, like that the dragons actually changed the writers.
oh yeah.
And like it's not something I had thought about,
Well, it's because also
but the bond goes both ways, basically. Like you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
I thought that was just a cool like idea they introduced that. I don't think if it was there before, it was more subtle, not like to really.
It was,
discuss.
and it's exciting to see now. Well, this has been going for a while now, but obviously with what is said at the very end, but like seeing someone having and using a dragon that's not a traditional Targaryen. I know we always talk about this. He still has Targaryen blood, but not like royalty, and like was not brought up the same, obviously, too.
Right.
But I get them confused though. Is it Hugh or Ulf that has the dragon? I don't remember which one.
Well, Ulf has a dragon.
Ulf is the one that has the dragon?
Hugh. Which one's Hugh?
Because they're the two that are always together.
They both have a dragon.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought only one of them did.
Nope, they both have a
Wow.
dragon.
Okay. All right. Well, then we have two examples of it. Okay.
And then the same
I don't know
with,
why I thought
and then
there
the
was only
one, not Adam, and yeah, Adam, and then Alan and Adam. Like Adam
Yeah.
has a dragon. Too.
Yes.
But
By the way, like we can get to the scene later, but just overall, like this was some of the best scenes with dragons in it
yes, that's
of like the entire show.
was really cool. That
Yeah,
we
incredible.
we'll
And
talk-
again, of it, like the best looking that's been so far too.
Yeah.
Which is very important for the show. So I'm glad they've improved on it since previous seasons.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a little bit.
Yep.
So then we get Aemon's fantasy.
Yeah.
So this is interesting.
It's funny you
So-
call it Aemon's fantasy.
Well, he's fantasizing about he's having
He
sex,
sure is.
his sex with Alice, right?
Yeah, the
Alice,
witch.
and then he's picturing it as being his mother.
Yeah, that's why I wrote here. I said Aemon finally kind of has sex with his mom.
But
I mean, later it almost gets there again.
yeah,
for
I mean, I
real.
was gonna say like,
But
we can kind of.
did you like this any more, the Harrenhal stuff, or are you still
this
out
part?
on
No,
it?
this part I think
Okay.
was good. I think.
Because I still like all the Harrenhal
Yeah,
stuff,
so I
but I know
think-
you're not into it normally.
Well, just again, I think it's they basically send someone there and they're there for like the whole season.
Yeah,
they did
I
it
know.
last season, they did this season, and almost nothing happens, and then it's like whoa, okay, and then I think this one's a little bit better than last season's. Like
Yeah, I
pieces.
agree.
But then like the last episode into this episode where a little bit more happens while they're there, I think is good.
Yep.
And I think this one is great because I love the dynamic. So then that happens.
Yeah. I have a note about that. Yeah.
So that happens, and then he wakes up, and then like literally right after that, then she does show up. Alicent does,
Alicent, yeah.
and then he sees her, and then they have that interaction, and then she meets Alice.
This is the dynamic. Yeah. The like, I love like at the dinner table.
Yes, this
And
is a
he's
classic.
in the middle, Aemon, and
He's
yeah, it's like
he's
his
trying to hold
mom.
both their hands.
Yeah, his mom and the witch.
And the girlfriend, mom and the girlfriend.
Alicent and Alice. Yeah, like this dynamic. This was just very interesting and like intriguing. It's just like a
the
great
classic,
scene.
like no one man can please two women.
Yeah, and this is
Can't
just
keep
like
them both happy.
yeah,
Only one.
the craziest dynamic of that instance too. Yeah, it's like your mother and a witch It's just, man, yeah.
Of course, the other thing that kind of, then he does like, doesn't he kisses his mom later again, right?
Yeah.
They do actually kiss.
Yes.
And then, well, I think she kind of does it because she
like
knows.
it gets a little further than that, but we don't actually see them do it
because
like in the beginning of the episode, but with Alice.
He kills the guy that came with her that's supposed to kill him for her. And so then she's got to take things into her own hands.
Yeah.
And then, so then she kind of seduces him to get him to drink the drink that she poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
And then he stumbles into Alice's apothecary area or whatever. And, and then he's like, and she's like, oh, you foolish boy or whatever. So like I said, all that stuff I like.
Okay.
Except for that part, because at the end, it's like the same thing they teased a different episode where it's like, last thing we see, oh, he's dying. And then like, he's not dead. And then last thing we're seeing again, he's dying. And then we know he's not dead. Come on. No. So like, why use that as like a...
I mean, eventually they're going to kill him, I'm assuming, or something's obviously going to happen with him. And, but we already had not that, I mean, they can kill off several main characters, even in one episode, like Game of Thrones. But yeah, I don't know. Again, we're only show watchers, so I don't know how long Aemond stays in the picture. I don't know, but I think we'll have to see him die in the show at least at some point. I don't think I don't know. He's one of those I feel like we have to see him die in the show, whether it's this season or the final season. Because then we're about 100 years before Daenerys. That's how the show originally started, right? It was like 100 years before Daenerys.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've moved along a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So maybe 80 years then.
I don't know. Yeah.
Then we get the scene of the army carrying Christian Cole's head, and Gawain runs back and warns Ormond.
Yeah.
That they're coming. 20,000 soldiers. He seems to be unbothered by this.
Yeah.
And he kind of alludes to that they have, he's got a secret chess piece or whatever that he considers. And
by the way, very little amount of Ormond in this episode. Like, surprising little, like not much at all of him in this episode.
Right. And then Ormond reveals, though, a little bit later that Corlys is one of his chess pieces.
Yeah.
So we don't know which one he's totally referring to, but
well, I mean, the very, very last scene is the most important with what Ormond talks about, which we can
last scene with Ormond. Yeah.
I think it's the very final scene in general, though.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, with our guys, or one of them.
One of them. Yeah. Ulf.
Oh, yeah, I always mix them up.
Yeah, that one's.
So that's Ulf. Okay,
that one's Ulf. Yeah.
For the final scene. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Corlys really doesn't entertain him, though. He's just kind of like, "Can you take me back to my cell?" So that's kind of.
Corlys has been underutilized as well, and he's just
yeah.
Like you said, he's just like
why do you even get?
Is he dead? No.
And then this.
You think that's going to affect like if or when Corlys dies? Like all these. Like is that going to like affect it in a negative way for you, Corlys, because of all these fake outs? You know, whenever it inevitably does happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay,
maybe. I guess like we get the scene with the what's the prince's name that's there with him? He talks to Gawain.
Yeah, I know. He's the one I blank on.
Yeah,
the name. But it starts with a D.
It's also good to see,
right?
Yeah, Darion, something like that.
Something like that. The problem is, I always just want to say Damon, but it is Damon. A D though, right? I
think you're right. Anyway,
apologize for.
Yeah,
people are screaming right now. But
that's a interesting scene because you once again see him like what he really wants to be, and he's kind of under Ormond's like shadow, and because Gawain's like, I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, dude.
Yeah,
yeah. You want me to do about it?
Someone else that I think I already mentioned this too, like kind of a few underutilized characters. Damon also. I mean, I know he's with Rhaenyra, but like, I don't know. He's another one that's kind of. I feel like we need a lot with these different guys in the finale. I don't know.
We'll see.
Are you feeling that too, though? With
I mean, I feel like
it's like Corlys, Damon,
Corlys for sure. I mean, because we get so much with them in the beginning with the
yeah, that's true. We did get
with the battle.
That was kind of up front, yeah.
And he was pretty impressive then.
Yeah,
and then he's kind of otherwise been pretty much
sidelined.
Yep. And he's in the woods somewhere, and then he gets captured.
But it's even worse with him though, because you already talked about the Harrenhal second season. He was sidelined too. Damon. Yeah. You know, so like, I don't know. It's even more so with him, it seems, unfortunately. But
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. So then we end with like the Ormond stuff, all that. Then we end with him sitting there talking to Ulf and kind of, and I guess, I mean, it just shows Ormond's ways with words. Very, as we were talking about Rhaenyra, not good with like thinking of the consequences of how she's treating people, talking to people. This guy's sugarcoating everything, sweet talking people like left and right.
Oh yeah,
because he's like, whatever. He's like, what about what does he call it? Like he offers him like basic choruses.
He offers him choruses.
City.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is Corlys's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blanking on that too, but that, that whole end part is great with him, and then obviously, and then the other thing is Aegon, Larys, all that.
Yep.
That has to do with that same final scene. And
kind of. I mean, they're not
Tyland.
The same.
Oh, Tyland's still with him too.
Tyland Lannister. Yeah.
He's with him as well.
Yeah, that's a whole separate thing. I would consider that a separate.
Okay, I'm mixing up then like the very final thing that it ends on then, because I thought that was all like together.
No, it's not together.
All right.
It's a different army marching.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. Yeah,
and
that's a whole different group. Yeah, that comes upon Aegon and them. Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about though the so as you're talking about Aegon, like, and Larys, and then we have Tyland Lannister, because then they have they're wandering one way, and they find out they can't because that whole city's like evacuating and coming at them, so then they have to wander back through the woods.
Yep.
And eventually Aegon decides he's going to stand and fight because he doesn't want to keep running, because he wants to at least go down dying in a battle known as the king. Yes. Dying in a battle, and then just some random dude dying somewhere, and so he wants to have like some kind of legacy.
Yeah.
We get the army shows up. They say surrender. They don't even know who he is, but then they see the Tyland Lannister, and they're like, hey, the queen wants to know where the gold is, because evidently he hid the gold somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we get this great speech from Aegon.
Yes.
Declaring who he is and ready to fight. And of course the army is laughing at him at first, and then Sunfire
starts
slowly
backing up.
Everyone starts backing up.
Aegon's like, yeah.
And he has no idea.
Yep.
He has no idea. But it was cool to see. I loved how Sunfire looks all messed up like Aegon. Like they kind of have that bond, and they almost look the same.
Yeah. And it was awesome to see them
together
again.
is this believable that the dragon's alive? I mean, we don't really know. I mean, we talked about this a little bit when he found the body of the dragon in the woods.
Yep.
But even then, weren't they? Yeah, like it was kind of like he kind of thought there was still something there, and we just thought he was delusional.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I wanted to ask you also about Aegon is because I think we were different on this. Like you were pretty adamant on like you think they're leaving. Remember we talked about this last week?
Well, that was the plan.
Yeah.
But then they couldn't because that's where they just now they had to turn back.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't anymore because they were blocked. They couldn't go to the town by the sea because
they were actually gonna they were gonna go to Dorne. No, not Dorne. I don't know what I'm thinking. Outside of Westeros. The other one. I'm blanking on that too, but yeah. By the way, that does remind me though, the like one offhanded comment about this new area we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, I really want to see that. There's an area we never heard of before. Well, we probably have in the books, but we never have. I think is Aegon talking about it or his group. Remember they're talking about this other area that just sounds crazy, or like these people that we never heard of. It's like this whole do you remember what it was called? Okay, this was several weeks ago now, but it reminded me of that. It's just an area I really want to see. I don't know if we ever will, but I think it's potentially a place where they were going to go, but obviously not now. Not any of these places now where they're at currently.
Right.
But the other thing, the only other thing I want to mention, I don't know if you're going to get there, is like the dragon scene.
Yeah. Let's get there.
All right. I just want to make sure because that's the only other thing I had down that I didn't know if we wanted to cover anything else as well.
So it's kind of like Damon finds out that Rhaena is still wandering around and not staying hidden like she's supposed to.
Yes.
So he goes up there to try to, and just as he's trying to stop, then Rhaenyra goes after him because she thinks he's double crossing her because of, the white worm like whispering in her, like kind of alluding to
Mysaria,
like kind of telling her, well, can you really trust him?
Yes, because she's essentially like, they don't really call it, but she's essentially the hand to the king or queen now, right?
Well, she's stepping into that role because Corlys is supposed to be the hand.
Right.
And he's not there and he didn't stay, he left.
Yep.
And so she's kind of taking on that responsibility.
Yeah.
But then she's also...
Should you be sleeping with your...
Right. Well, we'll get to that. But so then she discovers that Rhaena was responsible for Jace's death. And so they're all there. And we get this crazy confrontation that this was like the best scene in the whole episode and one of the probably top scenes of the whole season. This interaction between just seeing the tension between the people, the humans,
the dragons, and how
what
they can do with that visually
creates the tension with the dragons.
Yeah.
And then eventually
but how much they can emote. You talked about this before with the dragons, what they managed to do visually with them with these CGI things, but also incredibly well with the sound design too and everything.
Yeah,
just the combination of all that.
Uniqueness of each one, I think is really cool. And you really see that in this conversation, having all four of them kind of there and start fighting each other. And the fact that it's like a ground fight made it super different and cool. Like
compared to last season, the big one was all how Corlys's wife, the queen that never was, how she died, which that was I believe, was that the infamous Dance of the Dragons? I think that's what they call it then. I don't know.
But that
was like mid last season. And that was all actually obviously in the air. And now we're getting a complete different side of all these dragons. It was really cool to see this too.
Yeah. Now, he was supposed to finish Sheep Stealer, but I don't think Sheep Stealer got finished because then Damon got knocked off the dragon, and but yeah, it was kind of like almost like limping, but not like, off. I would assume if Sunfire was not dead from that situation,
right,
that this dragon could recoup.
Yeah,
Sheep Stealer could recoup.
I guess they also that dragon in particular, man, they did just such a good job also, because like I really was actually like feeling like I was having a visceral reaction to it, like almost to the point of like when I see a dog harmed in a show or movie. Like that was the same time
earlier in the season when Jace went down with his dragon. And it's almost like you almost felt bad for like the emotionalness of the dragon dying.
Yeah.
It more so than the human.
Yeah.
So then the whole family ends up back somewhere, back at, I guess, King's Landing, and then you can see that they, little by little, like Rhaenyra actually, as much as she's mad, she kind of forgives Rhaena.
Yes, and this is where we see the humanity somewhat
like come back out, and then the same, even Daemon, like she's mad, but like she's also kind of like, hey, he wasn't hiding, he was just protecting his daughter. And then even then the sister comes and like gives her a hug, and even though again she killed her husband Jace, and so it wasn't on purpose, but
right. I will say, I'm just now thinking about, surprising that we didn't see it all. I guess we have to in the finale. No follow-up to her being cut at all.
Yeah.
And I thought we would see something with that this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, her dad got infected.
Yeah.
And then I guess she didn't. I mean, if it's just a cut otherwise.
No, it has to. Come on. No, I just am wondering, like, obviously we have to see something with that, but I thought we would at least get a little tease of that this episode, but I guess it makes sense for the finale.
We kind of get the
see something.
So Rhaena, frustrated with Daemon, turns to Mysaria for reassurance in her leadership. And what more says, yes, you can lead than just making out?
Sure.
This is what you're alluding to earlier, but I think this is at least because they did kiss like in last season. Then there's obviously some tension, physical or sexual tension there, and so I think it's surprising they haven't acted on it sooner than this.
No, you're right.
And so I think it.
But also, I'm just saying, is this a good idea? We'll see.
I don't know. The question really is, does Mysaria really actually like her, or does she just know this is an easy way to kind of influence her?
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess the finale is coming next week. Will Ulf betray Rhaenyra? What do you think?
Well, I mean, his last line was something about like they'll all burn or something. So,
and then you have Hugh.
I don't know.
Do you think Hugh is going to switch sides, or are you going to?
Well, we talked about this already, somewhat. Between both of them, like there's going to be some kind of turning happening, but in what way, I don't know. I'm not sure what you think.
I think Ulf will, because Ulf's definitely way more on, but I think Hugh has a little bit more honor in his who he is, and I think he'll stick to his commitments.
Okay,
but still, if Ulf switches over, and then Darion, even though small, he has a dragon there. Then if Ulf switches over,
there you go. You got the name.
Yeah,
Darion. Is it Darion? Yeah,
I think it is. And then Ulf switches over. That's another dragon. And then you got Aegon.
Yeah.
with Sunfire again.
Yeah.
And then of course you still have Aemon with, I guess, his dragons around somewhere, but we haven't seen his dragon also, which is another convenient, like it's disappeared.
Yeah, is it just like chilling at Harrenhal with him?
Well, Willie's not right around Harrenhal because that's where, yeah. So they're starting to get, but basically the point is the green side, though we don't really refer to black and green as often as much anymore.
Yeah.
The green side, they, Ormond. Well, but I guess the thing is they're all fighting though in themselves. Like it's like Aemon.
It's all internal now.
Aemon and Ormond and
well, Corlys also. Like, what is he gonna do?
Well, Corlys is in jail.
Yeah, but something's gotta.
Anyway,
something's gonna. I feel like he's got to do something big as well.
Yeah.
If he can.
But like, and then Aegon with the Sunfire. So you got like, even though it's like they're all against Rhaenyra, but they're also internally fighting each other. Like, because definitely, I mean, Aemon and Aegon, like, he tried to kill him, and he even admits that in this episode.
Yeah.
And then the question is, you know, how sick is Aemon? And I mean, he's going to be recover in time for like any kind of big battle, or is he still off the board until season 4?
That would be a bummer if he was not. If he doesn't do anything in the finale.
And then you've got, which you didn't talk about. There's Alan and Adam, and Alan kind of reveals. Yeah, we just didn't get that
much with them.
Reveals his feelings but he mentions he kind of talks to her, and she thinks he's talking about himself, and she thinks he's talking about Adam, and then and then Adam gets his dad's finger in the box.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Well, it's gonna be,
I mean, it's just gonna be an interesting confrontation.
Like, I know, that's what I mean. Like, that's why, like, it's gotta be a great.
Rhaena still has way more dragons than people, even if because you can't. Okay, so even if we count all the possibilities of the green side having it, and them getting over themselves and working together, they still only have Sunfire and Aemon's dragon, even though he's big. But what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name. So it's 2, and then if Ulf and Hugh both switch over, so it's 4. But then, I mean, Rhaena has, a lot more, because you have Adam, and you have Rhaena, and you have Daemon, and
Daemon's is still
Rhaenyra,
like,
and
is Daemon still the biggest?
No,
seems like
no. Sheepsiller is bigger, and then also Aemon's is the biggest.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen Aemon's in a while.
That's why at the end of season 1, where he like just eats and kills his brother, half brother, whatever, out there, not on purpose, but that starts the feud, like cause some of the problems, because it's just the dragon's so big.
Okay, I guess I'm seeing it more in context of like the great dragon scene we see in this episode. Caraxes is Daemon's. That's Daemon's.
Yes,
but I was saying like him in that scene.
Yeah, Sheepstiller's still bigger.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. His just has long necks, but like the body
it just seemed like it in that scene. Like, well, of course, and the other one was limping off. But yeah, just in that scene, like, well, I guess it was also the way they shot it too, like made it look that imposing. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just think it's going to be a great finale. It has to, with all this. And to your point, very interesting, just dynamic with everyone, really. It's and then and how it's going to lead into the final season too. Will be interesting.
Yeah, where things are left at the end of be looking forward to seeing it. Well, that's going to be it for our discussion of House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 7, the penultimate episode.
Apologize for not remembering all the names.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Now we want to hear from you. Leave your thoughts and comments. Leave your thoughts in the comments or email us at feedback@screentimepod.com. But before we go, next week we'll be covering the finale of House of the Dragon Season 3. And then we'll have to decide what we're covering next after that. We haven't talked about it. What are we covering next?
Is it going to lead right into Lanterns, I'm assuming? Because that would be the next HBO thing, probably. I mean, I don't know what we're covering, but that's a possibility.
Well, anyway, either way, make sure you watch the finale before you, for the next episode drops, and ready to discuss it in the comments. You can follow Screen Time on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok for more reviews, clips, and conversations. And if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And considering sharing it with someone who you think would also like to talk about or listen about movies and TV shows. But until next time, thanks for giving us your screen time.